All right, guys, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to showcase the newest addition to my Toolbox module. It's a command to actually add users to Azure Active Directory without having to go back and reset the password. With all my commands, if you do a get help, add Azure AD test. If you do a get help, you get a breakdown of how my command needs to work. Things to note about this add Azure AD command, it does require you connect to AD. So even if you do something like get Azure RM contacts, which shows that you're logged into your Azure environment, you still need to connect to the Azure AD to use this feature. So you'd have to do something like before you can run this command, you have to say connect Azure AD. This will connect you to the Azure AD. This command is basically built into if you have the Azure AD module installed or the Azure AD preview module installed, this will still work. I'll go ahead and log into I'm logging to the Azure AD right now. Okay, now I am connected to the Azure AD environment as well as the Azure environment. Now I can go ahead and test my command. In this case, what I'll do is add Azure AD test user. First thing it wants is the domain. This domain also needs to be a verified domain in your AD tenant. So if the domain is not verified, this will not work. Name, I'm going to add a user that I want to add. Let me just copy and paste this so I don't make a typo. This is Rachel Duncan. I want to add into my tenant. Then I have the option to provide a password. I am going to go ahead and provide a password, right? And once I have that, that's actually all I need. Then I press enter. This command will then go into Azure AD and add Rachel into my Azure AD environment with this username. With this UPN. So this will be the first initial and last name at azure.hazelnest.com. And this password will be the permanent password. So you can just go ahead and use it for whatever testing you have to do. You do not have to jump through hoops going to reset it in the portal or get a permanent password and all that. Right? Another way you can also use this is if you have multiple users, you want to add multiple users for different variation of testing. So what you can do, I've already had that in here, so I'll just copy this. I'll set a variable saying this is I'm going to add Sarah Manning, Alison Hendricks, Kasima Nassan. I'm going to add them into my user variable, and then I would right here, I'm going to add them to the same domain, but instead of putting a username, I'll just put $ users. And if you don't want them all to have the same password, you do not need to provide a password. You can just say put users and then you press enter. What would happen is that will create those users for me and it will generate a password that you can actually use for different testing if you have different people doing different testing. So this is the showcase of my new commandlets in my module. That would help tremendously for people who do a lot of testing, playing around with users. All right. Thank you for watching. You have a good day.